Good morning, students. Myself Chitra Rajkumar. Today we are going to learn Science and Technology Part 2, Lesson number 7, Energy Flow in an Ecosystem. In this lesson, students, we are going to learn Food Chain and Food Web in Part 1, the Energy Pyramid and Biogeochemical Cycle in Part 2, Carbon Cycle, Oxygen Cycle, Nitrogen Cycle in Part 3. Now, let us revise ecosystem. It is defined as a biological community of interacting organism with physical environment is called an ecosystem. Children, in simple words, we can say as it is a study of interactions between living things, that is biotic component, and non-living things, that is abiotic component, that forms a stable system. You can see the pictures of different types of ecosystem. Example, terrestrial ecosystem, forest ecosystem, pond ecosystem, desert ecosystem, etc. Now, next is components of ecosystem. Biotic factors and abiotic factors are the main components of ecosystem. Biotic components include plants, animals, and all living things, whereas abiotic components include sunlight, temperature, air, water, soil, rainfall, etc. Students, now we are going to study interactions between biotic factors and abiotic factors. Now here I have taken the example of pond ecosystem. In the above picture, you can see fishes, aquatic plants, and bacteria comes under the category of biotic component, whereas water, sunlight, soil, dissolved oxygen come under the category of abiotic component. For any ecosystem, abiotic factor plays a very important role. Now you take the example of pond ecosystem. In the pond, if there is no water, what will happen? The plant, that is the aquatic plant, the fishes, and the small bacteria, the small microorganisms, they cannot survive. It means for the survival of biotic factor, they need the help of abiotic factors. Why? Because the interactions between biotic and abiotic component together makes an ecosystem. So, for any ecosystem, abiotic factors plays a very important role. Now, let's recall our ecosystem consists of biotic factors, which includes plants, animals, and all the living things, whereas abiotic factors, which include air, water, soil, wind, sunlight, temperature, rainfall, etc. This biotic factor is further categorized into producers, which include plants, consumers, and decomposers. Decomposers includes bacteria and fungi. They are the one which carry out the breakdown of dead and decaying organisms. Now, these consumers are further classified into primary consumers, that is herbivorous, secondary consumers, carnivorous, and tertiary consumers or apex predators. In primary consumers, we can have grasshopper, squirrel, rabbit, etc. are the examples. These primary consumers or the herbivores directly they depend on the producers for their food, whereas in secondary consumers we can have frog, owl, fox as an example. These secondary consumers they directly feed on the herbivores for their food, whereas in case of tertiary consumers or the apex predators, we have tiger, lion, or hawk, etc. These animals feed on herbivorous or carnivorous for their food. Also, no other animals feed on the apex predators. Now, let us study about food chain. Interactions go on continuously between producers, consumers, and saprophytes. Students, saprophytes are the organisms which feeds on dead and decaying organic matter. Food chain tells us how energy is transferred from one organism to another. Hence, there is a definite sequence in these interactions which is called the food chain. Also, each chain consists of 4, 5 or more links. Students, below I have given examples of two food chain. If you observe the first one, you see that here plants are eaten up by grasshopper. Grasshopper is eaten up by a frog and frog is eaten up by a snake. So here the number of links is 4. Whereas in the second one, if you see, grass is eaten up by a rabbit and rabbit is eaten up by a tiger. So here the number of links is 3. Now students, please observe the diagram of food chain. When you observe the diagram carefully, you will notice that plants, with the help of sunlight, air and water, by the process of photosynthesis, they prepare their own food material. Now these plants are eaten up by the grasshopper. Here grasshopper is a primary consumer. Then later on, this grasshopper is eaten up by a frog. Here frog is a secondary consumer. Then later on, this frog is eaten up by a snake. Here snake is a tertiary consumer. And finally, this snake is eaten up by a hawk. Here hawk is a final consumer, or we can say apex predator. Now and finally, after the death of apex predators, decomposers like bacteria and fungi, they decompose on the bodies of dead animals. That means they carry out breaking down of complex materials into simple substances so that these substances easily mix with water, air and soil, from where they are again absorbed by the plants and incorporated into the food chain, such that once again the cycle continues. So, students, whatever is started from plants returns back to the plants. I hope this is clear to you. Now, let us study about food web. Now, students, by the word web, what comes to your mind? Yes, it must be a spider's web. Have you seen spider's web? If you have observed a spider's web, you must have noticed that it is a network of fine threads which are interconnected to each other. Hence, web means network. So we can say that a food web is nothing but it is the interconnection of multiple food chain. So we can define a food web as an ecosystem consists of many food chains that are interconnected at various levels is called as a food chain. Now, an organism may be the prey for many other organisms. For example, an insects feed upon the leaves of various plants, but the same insect is the prey for different animals like frog, wall lizard, birds, and this frog may be eaten up by a snake, and the snake is eaten up by a hawk. Or also we can have that frog can be directly eaten up by a hawk. So if this is to be shown by a picture, we get a intricate web instead of a linear food chain. Such an intricate network of food chain is called as food web. Now students, please observe the diagram of food chain. If you observe clearly, you will notice that on the left hand side we have the producers. That means they are the plants. Now this plant is eaten up by a grasshopper, and this grasshopper is eaten up by a vulture. So here this forms the first food chain. Secondly, this grasshopper can be eaten up by a frog, and this frog is eaten up by a snake, and snake is eaten up by a vulture. So here it forms the second food chain. Next is plants can be consumed by rats, and this rats can be consumed by snake, and this snake is eaten up by a vulture. Hence it forms the third food chain. Or also we can have this rat is directly eaten up by a vulture. So here it forms the fourth food chain. Now this again the plants are eaten up by a small bird. Small birds are eaten up by a vulture. Here it forms the fifth food chain. Finally, plants can be eaten up by a rabbit. Rabbit is eaten up by a vulture. So in this one picture, students, there are 6 food chains are shown. Hence, here it forms a network, that is intricate network we get. So, finally, the intricate network of food chain is called as food web.